history, language, culture, mentality. Experts, activists, and concerned citizens' opinions on what it means to be a Belarusian. Identity.
Welcome back. Arseny Anderson is at the mic for you. We continue a series of interviews with Belarusian philosophers from the Institute of Philosophy. Today we will talk about Ignat Konchevsky, better known as Ignat Abdirolovich. During his short life, only 26 years, he left a great mark on the intellectual culture of Belarus. His most famous work, Towards the Eternal Path, addresses the issue of cultural self-determination of Belarusians, the historical fate of the people. Ivan Novik, a researcher at the Center for Historical, Philosophical, and Comparative Studies of the Institute of Philosophy of the National Academy of Sciences of Belarus, talks about these and other ideas of Abdirolovich.
Identity.
Игнат Абдиролович, с одной стороны, это известная фигура, а с другой...
To begin with, who is Ignat Abdirolovich and why is he important for Belarusian intellectual history?
На самом деле, вопрос, кто такой Игнат Абдиролович?
The question, who is Ignat Abdirolovich, is actually two different questions. There is a simple answer. It's a character from Haretsky's novel Two Souls. He's a nobleman, a lieutenant. His mother died, so he was raised by a villager along with his half-brother. In the course of the story, he participates in revolutionary events, sees communists, royalists, and Belarusian nationalists, but in the end joins none. Basically, he just walks around and thinks, hence the metaphor of two souls. On the one hand, there is the Polish gentry culture, and on the other, the Belarusian social project. That is, the cover itself already makes a kind of semantic call. Signing as Ignat Abdirolovich then is like if I signed today as Don Quixote. And the name Towards the Eternal Path is a reference to the then recently published Kupalis collection, By the Way of Life. There are even a few quotes from there. That is, Abdirolovich actively plays with the cultural codes of his time. And his real name is Ignat Konchevsky, which is not widely known. Many authors citing Towards the Eternal Path did not know about the existence of other texts by Konchevsky. There are about 12 articles on various subjects and 12 poems. In the National Library lies the manuscript of Abdirolovich. It completely denies that pseudo-sensational version that Towards the Eternal Path was written by Haretsky. You can just come to the library, compare different manuscripts by Konchevsky, and make sure that it is one and the same hand. Konchevsky himself is also an interesting character. In later years, his father became an Orthodox priest, and his brother Arseny first founded the Belarusian Revolutionary Organization, then became a prominent member of the Communist Party of Western Belarus. That is, on the one hand, an Orthodox priest, on the other, a communist, and then there is Ignat himself, thinking, not joining anyone. He had a good education, first the institutes in St. Petersburg and Moscow, then cooperative courses. His whole subsequent life is in some way connected with cooperation. In Belarus, he held high posts in organizations associated with the cooperative movement. Disappointed in communism, he moved to Vilna. There he fell ill with a disease widespread among the Belarusian intelligentsia, tuberculosis. In the winter from 1920 to 1921, he was near death, but in the spring he suddenly recovered. During these 3 months he wrote Towards the Eternal Path. All the rest of his articles, as well as his activities in Poland and Lithuania, are in one way or another connected with cooperation. He knew Zhilka, he knew Tereshkevich, Lutzkevich, that is, he was familiar with all the main characters of Western Belarusian culture at that time.
Актуален ли сегодня Абдиролович?
Is Abdirolovich relevant today? If put in a modern context, will his concept require changes?
Я бы сказал, есть специфика.
Towards the Eternal Path has its own specifics. If we go back to 1920 or 1921 and ask any person what's the main intellectual event of that decade, the answer was obvious. It's the debate between Einstein and Bergson over time. Konchevsky is essentially a Bergsonian. He worked very closely with Bergson's concepts and ideas. If you take a closer look, you can see that the whole work is constructed through references to the polysemantics of time. The text begins with the words, our time. On the first page, it is mentioned 3 times. Existential time, like when a person comprehends the experience, his past ideals, and does not find himself in them, on the one hand, intersects with cultural time, On the other hand, in the sense that European path at that time was associated with words like crisis, decline, depression, then there is Belarusian history, which Abdirolovich interprets as a continuation of the position of non-adherence to other ideals. It seems to me that the question should be posed differently, not whether Abdirolovich is relevant today, but whether we fall into the relevance that he is constructing. He has a certain understanding of time. We are characterized by being ripped between ideals. We have a vague understanding of the past. European culture is also seen as crisis, back then and today.
Может, подробнее о содержании вот этого ось Запад-Восток?
Where is Belarus on the west-east axis, according to Abdirolovich?
Первое, наверное, все-таки для молодого человека.
East and West, those concepts are rather vague, and each country has its own East and West. What Konchevsky is talking about is Eastern and Western Europe, Orthodoxy and Catholicism, capitalism and communism. Often Konchevsky is interpreted in the spirit of Spengler, that these are such closed entities that have no way out. But if we recall that Konchevsky is a Bergsonian, and that for him the main categories are not so much West and East as form and life, then we won't talk no more about the path between East and West. He offers the concept of flowing forms that are constantly changing, flowing from the monic centralized forms to pluralistic decentralized and vice versa. And these forms are always adequate to the inner impulse of life.
На ваш взгляд, важно ли понимание идеи Абдироловича?
In your opinion, is it important to understand Abdirolovич's ideas for understanding the mentality and the national idea of Belarus?
Философ всегда сначала критически высказывается.
Mentality is a rather archaic concept from the school of finals period. It has played its methodological role, but has now fallen out of the current conceptual turnover. In addition, it has serious flaws. What is understood by the Belarusian mentality, like ethnic Belarusian or civil national Belarusian? The same applies to the national idea. I have a feeling that this is generally a bad translation from Russian. There is an obvious context of the Russian idea, for example, of Solovyov, who said that one must understand how God saw Russia. In the days of Solovyov, and more broadly in his philosophical tradition, this is a completely understandable formulation. But when we transfer it to the Belarusian soil, problems arise. I don't think that those who seek the Belarusian idea today are looking for a view of God on Belarusians. Thus, we immediately lose because we use the wrong terminology. On the other hand, and Konchevsky caught it, Belarusians have an interesting experience of successful life at the intersection of Catholicism, Orthodoxy, and Protestantism. The Belarusian language is probably the only one in history that has 4 graphics behind it: Cyrillic and Latin, and Belarusian in Arabic and Jewish alphabets. Tatars and Jews lived in Belarus. It's not the modern multiculturalism when there are whole streets and cities where representatives of other cultures live separately, but inclusion in the general cultural mosaic. This experience is relevant today. Perhaps one of the ways to conceive it is Konchevsky's Bergsonianism.
А лично для вас что такое быть белорусом?
What does it mean for you to be a Belarusian?
Ну, я как философ, философия это такое как бы...
I will answer as a philosopher. Philosophy is a meaningful and deep journey through time and space. If a tourist goes anywhere, he takes a picture, eats, and leaves, and then the philosopher, even without going anywhere, reads into other cultures and understands why this or that cultural object has taken just such forms, why there are just such ceremonies, such gastronomic etiquette. While traveling, there always needs to be some kind of zero point of reference. Some of this comes from tradition, some from the family. It's just what you're coming back to. Someone has ideas about the afterlife, for example, and part of it is being constructed. I myself came to the Belarusian language and literature at a conscious age. Still, it resonates most fully with this kind of experience.
Спасибо большое за беседу.
Не за что.
Identity.
Today we talked with Ivan Novik about Ignat Konchevsky Abdirolovich. You can listen to the program at any time on the YouTube channel Cultural Panorama of Radio Belarus in the Identity playlist. Arseny Anderson and Yanina Vaitsenkova were with you. Same time next week.
identity